Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today on the Healthy Olive channel. And today we're going to be talking about superfoods. And yes, superfoods don't exist. Why do I say that? First of all, superfoods are not an actual food. In fact, why don't we go ahead and define what a superfood is? A superfood is usually correlated with helping treat an illness, a disease, and obviously, no surprise here, it helps with weight loss. Well, there is no one food that can cure or treat any illness, disease, or weight problems. A healthy diet and consistent exercise will always be beneficial to one's health, and as far as weight loss is concerned, the only way to lose weight is to decrease the calories you're consuming. Superfood is actually a term used by marketing agencies to sell their product. In fact, milk used to be a superfood at one point, and so did spinach. In fact, sometimes these foods are still considered superfoods. I wouldn't say the same for milk, but maybe for spinach. So, superfood is a marketing term used for products to be sold at higher prices, and to be completely honest, I don't think this is fair for the consumer. In fact, it's pretty misleading. When you think of superfood, people will automatically think that it's going to help with weight loss, it's going to help with any other metabolic syndrome like type 2 diabetes or hypertension, and it can even help with other conditions. So that is one of the reasons why I don't like the term superfood. The other reason I don't really like the term superfood is because it focuses on one food and makes it seem like it's the healthiest out of all other foods, when that's not actually true. There are plenty of foods that are just as healthy as a superfood. It may not have the same nutrient composition as a quote-unquote superfood, but at the very least, it does provide you with nutrition. And people need to be focusing on having a better dietary lifestyle in general, not necessarily focus on one food. Now, to be completely fair, the term superfood is actually given to foods that are actually pretty healthy for you. For example, berries are considered superfoods. Dark chocolate is considered a superfood. Fatty fish like salmon are also considered superfoods. And based upon the labeling of those foods having the term superfood on them, there's a reason why. So, berries have a very high antioxidant component, and this is actually a good thing for us. Antioxidants are compounds that fight free radicals in our bodies. And if you guys don't know what a free radical is, it's basically a compound that doesn't have an electron attached to it. And free radicals actually begin when they lose an electron. So it's not a free radical at first. Once the electron is gone, it becomes a free radical and it actually attacks our DNA. This causes aging, it can cause conditions, and it causes host of other issues in our bodies. The free radicals occur in our bodies almost every day through sun exposure, through everyday metabolic processes by our body, so they're completely normal. And even though they do occur naturally in our bodies, we can still fight them off by eating foods that are high in antioxidants, which help fight those free radicals. And of course, the foods highest in antioxidants would be fruits and vegetables, but the highest, especially for fruit, would be berries. And this is why berries are considered superfoods, because of the high antioxidant content. Now, dark chocolate is considered a superfood because of its supposed benefits for the heart, and sure, there is some research to support that. At the same time, there are plenty of other foods that are good for our hearts as well. What really matters is having a healthy lifestyle, not just focusing on one food like I said earlier. And salmon is a superfood because of its omega-3 fatty acid content, which, if anything, has the most evidence when it comes to the confusing world of nutrition. Omega-3 fatty acids definitely have a pretty good, solid foundation. Omega-3 fatty acids have been shown to help our blood pressure, help our heart, and really our overall cardiovascular health. And omega-3 fatty acids aren't found in a lot of foods, so it's understandable that salmon would receive this title. So it does make sense. So at least the term superfood has been attached to foods that actually are good for us, if anything else. But like I said earlier, what really matters is eating an overall healthy diet. And whether or not you eat a superfood, well, what really matters is what you eat in the long term. Think about it this way. Say you're a person who only eats, let's just say, berries once a month. and you assume that eating berries once a month will be good enough for the rest of your life. Well, that's not how it works. Just like you need to be consistent with, say, talking to your kids to develop a good relationship with them, or exercising regularly to see the benefits. The same thing goes with eating healthy. Whether it's a superfood or not, eating healthy consistently is what matters in the long term. Eating one healthy food out of the month and then eating junk food the rest of the year or the rest of the month isn't actually going to be helpful. So instead of focusing on superfoods, and like I said, it's completely fine to focus on superfoods, just be sure to focus on the other healthy foods too. And on a side note, and this isn't necessarily part of the overall conversation, but for most places, at least in the US, I've noticed that a lot of superfoods are pretty expensive and pricey. Once again, a label is used to drive up sales. But what really matters, as I said, is to eat a healthy diet. And yes, that can include superfoods like berries and salmon. Those foods should be encouraged to be eaten. And I'm actually glad that the term superfood is used for foods that can grab public attention like berries and salmon, which people should be eating more of. But at the same time, I don't really like it that the term superfood was used to really drive up sales and kind of mislead the public into making them believe that a superfood actually benefits you. And when I mean benefit, I'm not talking about the nutritional qualities that will benefit you, but I'm referring to the weight loss, the preventative measures that they may have. Because once again, no one food has been proven to cure or treat any illness or disease. Just remember to eat a healthy diet on a regular basis and you should be fine. And yes, it can include superfoods, since after all, they do contain some pretty great benefits. So I hope you learned something from this video. I appreciate you guys checking in. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comment section, and I will answer them up to a week. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching and taking your time to watch this. I guess I'll see you later, and as always, take care. Bye!